Oh my god. Oh, sweetheart.
Press agency released the news worldwide. The Air Force has reported finding a flying saucer.
Luna, what you doing, baby? We're gonna go to bed soon, okay? Okay, this video is about this experience I had about 2 years ago. Or 2.5 years ago. But anyway, so this was like a virtual reality experience, abduction, out-of-body experience, abduction, and so what this demon did, it was like a djinn. Which, you know, when I think of a djinn, I don't really think of the reptilians, I think of smoky type of thing, smoky type of entity, or I don't know, I just think of them as like a demon or a smoky type of entity. But anyway, not like a reptilian, but so anyway, I don't know, I think I maybe did watch some videos, like David Icke or whatever, and he was talking about the djinn, and so I guess I had it in my brain, that word, and so the entity took that from my brain and created this experience. And they have given me lots of experiences before being in that little triplex that I used to live in 20-something years ago with my friend. And my friend kind of looked like that, actually. That picture that I found on the internet right there, she kind of looked like that, but a little bit. But, so anyway, it's like, okay, so this being, now sometimes they can just trigger a virtual reality experience and you don't actually feel them take you out of body during that perfect groggy state when you're about to fall back to sleep. Boom, sometimes they'll yank you out, sometimes they'll come to your bedroom and pull you out. They do that to me. But sometimes they won't really let you feel them take you out of body. They'll just trigger a virtual reality experience, so it doesn't really mean you're out of body, but you know, they can create this totally 3D virtual reality experience. They abduct you, basically, your mind or whatever you want to call it, to give you this experience. But it doesn't really mean you're astrally out of body. But sometimes I really am. So this could have been, I don't know, a little bit of both, but they haven't came to my bedroom in quite a while and stood at the foot of the bed and pulled me out. Joel hasn't done that in quite a while. Or sometimes they'll just shoot down from the sky, basically, and then just abduct me that fast. But sometimes they are able to just stand there at the foot of the bed and take me out of body very, very, very slowly. Joel has done that many times before. They can be kind of sneaky like that. But they abduct me many, 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 many ways. So this was virtual reality experience, but of course I was still out of body, whether I really was or if it was just purely virtual reality, triggered by however they do it, implant or whatever. Okay, so anyway, it started like this. So this entity abducted me, and who knows what it really looked like, because they can look like anything they want to. Even the reptilians can shapeshift and all that. And they can, you know, they could just show themselves as smoke. Like when I was possessed back in 2010, when that entity possessed me, you know, he didn't really look like anything. He didn't show himself as anything. They don't really even have to show themselves as anything. They could just be pure energy, you know. They don't have to shapeshift into anything if they don't want to. But they just, you know, pure energy and can possess you and, well, you know. But because he didn't really make me see him as anything. It was just pure demonic freaking demon that possessed me. And it was a reptilian, just a demonic reptilian that possessed me back in 2010. But yeah, if he wanted to, he could have showed himself, like, you know, in front of me, even with my eyes open. But he, you know, he showed me this meth head looking dude walking back and forth, like as if he stabbed somebody, like as if he had a knife in his hand and he stabbed somebody, like his family with the knife. But anyway, that video is on here. Okay, so this Djinn was okay, he just showed himself as smoke. But anyway, it abducted me, and then it placed me in this triplex. This triplex right here, which I used to live in a triplex 20-something years ago with my friend. And, well, actually we were dating, I guess. But I was kind of, you know, I was kind of immature back then. But yeah, I guess you could say we were dating. And anyway, and I had a lot of experiences in that triplex back in 1994, 1993. But actually this, like I say, this experience was in 2014. And this entity placed me back in that triplex. And the experience, the triplex was, it was like, it was laid out just like it really was in real life, except under the experience, this entity made it like 2.5 times bigger. And there was even, it seemed like there was even a couple extra rooms. But anyway, it was still similar, but not exactly. But I knew exactly where I was at. I knew I was in that triplex. Because sometimes the entities, they don't, you know, they don't get things exactly correct from your brain. But this was the exact triplex that I was in, that I used to live in for over a year. And of course, even after I moved back home, I still kept going over there almost every night or whatever. Okay, so anyway, he placed me in the triplex. And I was walking around with Angie, and Angie, I remember walking in the bedroom. It was only a 1-bedroom apartment, or triplex. And I was walking around, all the walls were like white, and I was kind of walking around the bedroom, and I remember walking out of the bedroom and checking the place out, and checking some more rooms out. But like I say, it was like 2.5 times bigger than in real life under this experience. And so anyway, I ended up, Angie was to the left of me in the bedroom, the one that we actually did, you know, stay in real life. but under the experience, you know, she was standing there, and I was standing to my right, and there was a hole in the floor about as big as 3 basketballs, just like this, about as big around as this laundry basket. And it was, there was a hole, and it's like Angie was walking around doing laundry, and she was putting the laundry in that chute. It was like a chute in the floor, which is kind of weird. But anyway, he did make me think that, you know, because I had this, you know, while I was under the abduction, you know, when I saw that hole in the floor, I knew it was like a laundry chute, and I remember thinking about this laundry basket, even though it wasn't actually in the experience. But we did actually have one back then that kind of looked like that, but it was square. So that was kind of weird. But I knew that even though I didn't actually see the laundry basket, it was the laundry chute, and it was a hole in the floor. That was kind of weird. And I knew that, you know, she was doing laundry and about to put it in that hole in the floor. So that was kind of weird. I don't know where he got that from. Okay, so anyway, so then I started seeing smoke, just like Djinn smoke, coming out from under the door. And actually, he could have put that in my scenario because, like I say, I remember watching a video, UFO video or whatever, and they were talking about like Djinn and smoke and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if it was before this experience or after I remember seeing that video. But anyway, so I started seeing smoke coming out from under the door, and I knew exactly what it was. I was thinking in my head, I don't think I actually said it out loud to Angie, but I was thinking in my head, wow, that's Djinn smoke. I mean, I knew it was a Djinn. I knew it wasn't just smoke. I knew it was a Djinn, you know, a demon, reptilian demon or whatever. But this one was actually comical, very, very, very comical. Okay, the energy, and this whole experience also felt very lucid dreamy as well, like the atmosphere. Inside the triplex, it actually felt kind of darkish, like dark energy, somewhat darkish, but not really bad. Sometimes they can alter the energy, and sometimes you can actually feel it, like it feels dark. They don't make me feel that very often. But, so this Djinn was probably, I don't know, I guess you can call it negative, maybe, but I don't know. I don't think it was. I think it was just comical. But it actually felt kind of darkish, the energy inside the triplex. I do remember looking out the window in the living room. I walked over to the living room, and I can't remember if I went out the door or not, but when I looked outside, it was kind of darkish, and I remember seeing some cars. But that atmosphere outside the triplex, I mean, it just felt like freaking, you know, like another dimension, like an awesome freaking dimension. So it didn't feel negative outside the apartment, outside the triplex. It only felt negative while I was inside the triplex. So when I saw that smoke coming out from under the door, I was like, that's Djinn smoke. And I knew it was Djinn smoke, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't actually say it out loud to Angie. I was just saying it in my head. So then, okay, here's the physical part, the physical, forceful part. And so anyway, that's why I put a picture over here of the little bedroom and the door, and the smoke was coming out from under the door. Of course, our apartment wasn't that nice, but so anyway, okay, here's the cool part. Total virtual reality. The whole experience was virtual reality, just like I was there. I mean, no different than virtual reality. And but like I say, the energy outside the triplex felt awesome, like a different dimension, like utopia dimension. But while I was walking around the triplex, it actually felt dark, like some darkish energy. Not really hardcore dark, but it felt dark. And that's not the first time I felt dark energy in my experiences. But that doesn't happen very often. They can make the energy feel like any which way, shape, or form. They can just alter it like that. It's really weird because a mean one can abduct me and place me in another dimension, so to speak, whatever they create for me, and make it feel like freaking utopia, and then it's a freaking negative reptilian that's mean and attacks me at the end or whatever of the experience. I had an experience like that too, where that being electrocuted me, or shocked me or whatever. Okay, so anyway, okay, so here is the cool part, and I'm gonna think of, and I don't know why, a lot of my experiences, when they place me in buildings or whatever, like I always, like the whole walls and stuff, they're always white, like white. But not all the time, because that one experience, that recent one where Joel abducted me, he did finally put a bunch of shit on the wall, like some children stuff on the wall. But a lot of my experiences, when they put me in warehouses, buildings, houses or whatever, or government buildings, I mean, the walls are just always like white. Like I never see any pictures or anything on the walls. Okay, so anyway, and two, another thing, I don't perceive that this experience was by Joel, because he comes forward and gives me a disproportionate amount of experiences, but I don't perceive him to have given me this experience, but he very well could have. Even though I don't perceive him to have given me this experience, because like I say, they have a lot of abilities, and two, in 2014, I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't even think I figured it out yet that Joel was coming forward to give me a disproportionate amount of experiences. And this experience, it actually could have been in 2013 or early 2014, so that would be almost 3 years. So anyway, so like, here's the end of the experience. And let me think if there's anything I'm missing. I don't think so. Let me think. Let me think. But anyway, the triplex and the whole experience, it was like double and a half bigger than in real life. But anyway, okay, so the last part of the experience, after I saw the Djinn smoke, then I opened, and then I was like, oh my God, that's like Djinn, that's Djinn smoke. And like I said, I totally knew it was Djinn smoke. I knew it wasn't just smoke. Like from a fire, I knew it was a demon, Djinn. I knew it was a Djinn, a demon, so to speak. But I knew in my brain, I knew it was a Djinn. They already programmed the experience for me, and they told me that it was a Djinn, or he did, or whatever. So anyway, I opened up my mouth. Here's was the whole experience was physical. They're always all physical, but this is the cool part. I opened up my mouth. And I opened up my mouth, and like all these bubbles start forcefully shooting out of my mouth. I mean bubbles, forcefully shooting out of my mouth. And what the deal was, and I even looked at the bubbles, and inside the little bubbles was little blue dots. Which, when you look at laundry detergent, the white laundry detergent, you'll see the little blue dots in it, which is like Clorox or whatever it is. So that was the weird part, where I just opened up my mouth, and I do actually remember. That's why I remember that's why I just went like that or whatever, because when I opened up my mouth, I do remember hearing some noise as well. Like a forceful kind of noise, as well as feeling the physical part of like all these bubbles shooting out of my mouth. I just can't remember exactly what the sound sounded like. So anyway, yeah, so that was like the weird part. Like he put laundry detergent in laundry basket. But I mean, that sounds like almost like a female reptilian or female Djinn would have done that, but I feel like it was male though. I don't feel like it was a female. But the females do slightly different things and more feminine things. But anyway, it's just kind of weird because I haven't used that kind of laundry detergent in a long time. I don't use powdered detergent. I use liquid. Because liquid, it doesn't get white powdery stains all over your clothes. I have not used powder in a long time, so I don't even know why they put that in my scenario. So that was very odd. Okay, so that was the end of my experience. Have a good day.